Okay, so I have to be honest with you. And when I first heard about this, I thought it was one of those things that sounds cool on the internet but doesn't actually work in real life. Like copper pipe? In a garden? What does that even do? But then I tried it. And then I started digging into the science behind it. And now I genuinely can't stop talking about it because what's happening under the soil is so much more interesting than I expected. Today, we're talking about how copper pipe can essentially turn exhausted, dead soil into a garden that starts feeding itself. No expensive fertilizers, no complicated systems, just a simple method that works with nature instead of against it. Stay with me. This one is worth it. First, let's talk about dead soil for a second, because I think a lot of people don't realize that soil can actually die. Healthy soil isn't just dirt. It's alive. It's full of microorganisms, fungi, earthworms, and billions of tiny bacteria that break down organic matter and deliver nutrients directly to your plant roots. That's the whole system. That's what makes plants grow strong without you having to constantly feed them. But over time, especially if you've been using chemical fertilizers, overwatering, or just planting in the same spot year after year, that living ecosystem breaks down. The microbes disappear, the soil gets compacted and depleted, and your plants start struggling no matter what you do. That's dead soil, and that's exactly the problem copper helps solve. So here's where it gets really interesting. Copper is actually a micronutrient that soil needs, but most depleted soils are completely lacking it. When copper is present in the right amounts, it acts like a catalyst for the whole soil ecosystem. It activates enzymes in the soil that help break down organic matter faster. It supports the growth of beneficial bacteria and fungi, the good guys that your plant roots need to absorb nutrients properly, and it gently suppresses harmful pathogens and bacteria that cause root rot and disease. Think of it like this. Copper doesn't feed your plants directly. What it does is wake up the soil so the soil can feed your plants on its own. That's why folks call it a self-feeding garden. You're not adding nutrients from the outside. You're restoring the system that was always supposed to be there. And the really clever part? Copper releases slowly and naturally into the soil over time. A single piece of copper pipe can keep doing its job for months, even years. All right, let's get practical. Here's exactly how to do this. What you'll need is just a few small pieces of copper pipe, the kind you can find at any hardware store. You don't need anything fancy. Even offcuts or leftover pieces work perfectly. Aim for pieces that are roughly 10 to 15 centimeters long. Before you put them in the ground, give them a light sanding or scuff them up with some sandpaper. This roughens the surface slightly and helps the copper oxidize and release into the soil more effectively. Then simply push or hammer them into the soil around your garden bed, about one piece every 30 to 40 centimeters, pushed down about halfway so they're stable. You want them distributed fairly evenly across the area you're working with. That's genuinely it. You don't need to do anything else. The copper will slowly start interacting with the moisture in the soil, releasing trace amounts of copper ions that begin activating that microbial ecosystem we talked about. For best results, pair this with some compost or organic matter worked into the top layer of soil. The copper activates the system, but it still needs organic material to work with. Think of the compost as the fuel and the copper as the engine that processes it. So, what should you actually expect after doing this? What changes will you notice? And when? In the first week or two, you probably won't see much on the surface. The garden might look almost exactly the same as before, but underground, things are already starting to shift. Invisible to the eye, a transformation is underway. The microbial activity begins to pick up, and the soil structure slowly starts to improve. Earthworms and beneficial microbes get to work. By week 3 or 4, most people start noticing that the soil looks and feels different. It's darker, a little looser, and it holds together better when you squeeze it. More crumbly, which is exactly what you want. This is a sign of healthy living soil. That's a sign that the organic matter is breaking down and the biology is coming back to life. The soil is becoming more fertile every day. And then around week 5 or 6, sometimes sooner depending on your climate and conditions, the plants start showing it. New growth comes in stronger and greener. Root systems develop faster and leaves look more vibrant. Plants that were barely surviving start actually thriving. You'll notice a real difference in their vigor and resilience. What's happening is that your plants are now tapping into a functioning soil food web instead of just sitting in dead dirt. They're part of a living ecosystem. They're getting a steady, natural supply of nutrients the way nature always intended, without the need for constant fertilizer. And because the system is self-sustaining, it keeps improving over time rather than wearing out. Each season, your soil and plants get better and healthier. Before you rush out and try this in your own garden, there are a few important things you should know to get the best results and avoid common mistakes. First, remember that with copper, less is more. A small amount is all you need, and adding too much copper to your soil can actually be harmful. Excess copper can build up and become toxic to your plants, damaging their roots and harming the beneficial microbes you want to encourage. So, stick to the spacing I mentioned earlier and resist the urge to overload your garden bed with copper pipes. Second, this method is most effective in garden beds and raised beds, where you can control the environment more easily. For potted plants, you can still use this trick, but only add a single small piece of copper pipe per pot. Be sure to keep an eye on your plant and watch how it responds over time. Third, be patient and give the process time to work. This isn't a quick fix where you spray something and see instant results the next day. You're rebuilding a living ecosystem in your soil, and that transformation takes a few weeks to really show. But the results you'll see are much more lasting and beneficial than anything you'd get from a quick chemical fix, making your garden healthier in the long run. And finally, if your soil is very compacted or hard, it's a good idea to aerate it a bit before adding the copper pipes. Just loosening up the soil with a garden fork or similar tool will help the copper work more effectively and speed up the whole process. I just love this method because it's so simple, yet so effective. It doesn't require any fancy equipment or complicated steps, just a bit of patience and a willingness to work with what you already have. And it works with nature in a really elegant way. You're not forcing anything or trying to outsmart the natural processes. You're just giving the soil what it needs to do its own job again, letting the ecosystem restore itself and thrive. If your garden has been struggling and nothing seems to work, or if you feel stuck and frustrated, this might honestly be the thing you've been missing. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most powerful. Give it a try, be patient with it, and trust the process as your soil and plants adjust. I think you're going to be really pleasantly surprised by the results you see over time. If you've already tried something like this, or if you're just about to start, or you're going to give it a go for the first time, let me know in the comments. I genuinely love hearing how these things work out for different people in different climates and soil types. Your stories inspire others too. Hit that like button if this was helpful, and share it with a friend who might need a little garden inspiration.